Philadelphia Cable Communication Sports presents high school football 1995. Today coming to you from Lacey Township High School. Well, good morning and happy Thanksgiving, everybody. My name is Rick McDonough, and along with me is Yanni Chrisbergs, and we're here at Lacey Township High School. And it's a very important day for Lacey Township because it is the dedication of their brand new football field. And we're going to be covering the ceremonies of the dedication. And you can see that they've stretched a ceremonial ribbon across the track. And Captain Mike Granato, the quarterback, is out there. And we'll be just sort of eavesdropping and taking part in these ceremonies.
And lastly, thank you parents and students, especially the seniors who have been patient and unselfish, knowing we couldn't play all our home games here this season. But as you look around at the final project, it was well worth waiting for. Have a nice Thanksgiving.
And now the mayor of Lacey Township, Mayor Joe Bone. Good morning, everybody. Happy Thanksgiving. Yes, it's a cooperative effort between the Board of Education and the committee, but mostly thanks to Casey Parker and his crew, and the field turned out beautiful, and I hope we win today. Thank you. We have a man that supports all the administrators, the students, and the faculty on Superintendent of Schools, Mr. Rick Starter. Thank you, Mr. Adamski. On this day of Thanksgiving and homecoming, I want to give thanks to the Township Committee, the Board of Education, and to all of the people who know how to work together to make projects like this become a reality in Lacey County. Happy Thanksgiving. Vote yes on December 2nd and beat Central. We have a man that runs all the student activities, does an excellent job. Our supervisor for the activities, Mr. John Gardner. Thank you, Mike. I'm not going to repeat all the thanks, it's not necessary. There's a number of wonderful people that have helped us, but on behalf of the coaches and our players, our seniors especially, our cheerleaders, our band, and our band we're very thankful that you're here today and let's play some football. Before we dedicate the track and field, I have a statement to read from the seniors. We the seniors dedicate this, our last day, to our parents who have supported us throughout our lives, and especially during this 1995 season on the road. Your always being here means a lot to each of us. We love you. Let's have a nice hand for our parents. We'll now officially open our newly renovated track and field by having the ribbon cut by Angela Stagnita from the Nazi Island. Representing the girls' track program. Tommy Hamilton representing the boys' track program. Jill Brody representing the cheerleaders. And Mike Renato representing the football team. Thank you, and enjoy the game, and let's beat Central.
All right, well, there you've seen the dedication of the new track and the new football field, Yanni, and that's one of our key stories for the game, the fact that this is the first game being played on this field. It's the first home game for Lacey. That's a big factor today, but there are other big factors today, too.
Well, certainly the playing the home game here after such a long time on the road is a factor. It's been played sort of played down by the coaches, but I think the kids in the community are excited, and it's just evidenced by the ceremony we witnessed today. But one of the bigger factors is that Lacey is playing for a share of the Class B South title. That's very important. Now, they got there by virtue of Central's big victory over Brick Memorial.
That's right.
So that sets the tone right here. Central is a team that's basically, I'll call it recovering, and Lacey is a consistent team, and here they are facing each other for respect and a share of Lacey's title.
Well, when we were out on the game a little while ago watching the teams warm up, as the Lacey team came out, you could hear them, and their chant for today is "Be South, be South, be South," and you could hear them chanting that as they were warming up. Now, putting that aside, what are the relative strengths of these two teams football-wise?
Well, we take a look at, first of all, the balanced attack of Lacey. Lacey is basically a 50-50 football team, goes in with a balanced idea of passing and running. They have just some exceptional strengths. Starts with the quarterback at Mike Granato, who's one of the top quarterbacks in the county, but it's highlighted by the running of Jay Frazee, who is averaging approximately 6 yards per run and has about 800 yards. He's really a dominant force in the running attack. On Central's side is the exceptional play and the talent of John Tice. John Tice is also at the quarterback position. He's also joined by a number of talented players, Mark Dillard, Ryan Howell in particular, two speedsters, and a host of very talented receivers and some secondary personnel.
Well, we saw Central Regional last year in the South Jersey Group 3 championship game against Brick, a game that I was fortunate enough to call. And I was very impressed with John Tice, the way he can drive his team down the field, either with his arm or his legs. He's very multi-talented.
Right, Tice is something that the Lacey defense has to be concerned about, but I think one of the highlights also we have to point to is that Lacey leads in turnover ratio in the county, and they also lead, or the second in first down. That means they play a consistent game. So we'll see if that turnover ratio by the Lacey defense and that consistent play of the offense is going to be able to control the game. And of course, Central will be looking for a big performance out of John Tice.
All right, that's the setup for today's game between Central Regional and Lacey Township. Class B South title is on the line for Lacey, and this crowd is getting ready for what we hope is going to be a very exciting football game. That's it for the pregame show, and Yanni and I will be back with the kickoff of today's game right after these messages.
Here's a gift idea guaranteed to keep your family in touch. Paging service from Page Time for under $9 a month. Order now and get a brand new Motorola pager for only $49.95. Save up to $30. Plus, get a free month of Cinemax. That's over 150 movies. The Page Time number is 800-870-2220. Give us a jingle.
We're back at Lacey Township High School. Rick McDonough along with Yanni Chrisbergs. And as you look out there, you can see that the toss of the coin has just occurred. And Lacey Township will be defending the goal to your right. Central Regional will be receiving and defending the goal to your left. As all of the seniors on both teams are acting as honorary captains today. They're out at the field. And Yanni, for a lot of these kids, it's going to be the last time they play any kind of organized football, so it's a big day for them.
Yeah, certainly for the seniors, that's a big moment because just things happen that way. Not everybody goes on and plays in college. A very small percentage, in fact, do. I think that a lot of people should have to understand that. And so it's a great moment, a culmination of an athletic career for many people.
You got to look at the Lacey sidelines right there. And there's the Central Regional sidelines. The Golden Eagles dressed in their road white jerseys. Both teams with identical records, but Lacey Township has the better conference record, and as we touched on in the pregame show, they're playing for a share of the B-South Championship. If they win today, they'll tie with Brick Memorial for the B-South Championship. Yanni, there's another factor we haven't mentioned yet, and that's the revenge factor, because Central beat Lacey last year to lay claim to the B-South Championship?
Sure, I think everybody knew for a long time. I think it's the last 6 years. Prior to that, Lacey has won the B-South, and they were unseeded last year by Central with a big victory, and then, of course, that led to Central's very fine year. Lacey believes that the championship of B-South belongs to them, and this is part of it now, and this is part of the return.
All right, the Golden Eagles receiving team is out onto the field. Dropping back to return this kick, our number 10, Mark Dillard. He's on the far side. In the middle is Brian Hirschblond, number 27. And number 80, Santucci, is on the near side of the field. Kicking off for Lacey Township will be number 9, Dale Pierce. One other factor, Yanni, is the weather. It's cold. It's about 35 or 40 degrees. There's a strong wind going to be at Lacey's back in this first quarter, and there's a bit of I don't know whether it's drizzle or sleet coming down right now, so that could be a factor.
Yeah, definitely. Cold weather affects the flight of the ball, the resiliency of the ball, and so sometimes that does change things.
Number 9, Dale Pierce, is set to kick off for the Lions. And we're just about set to get this holiday battle underway. Thanksgiving Day, 1995. All right, here we go. It's a good kick. Hirschblond at the 9. To the 20. Gets around Elias and gives ground and is finally run out of bounds about his own 18-yard line. Run out of bounds by Jeff Carraz, and it'll be 1st and 10 for the Golden Eagles at their own 18-yard line. Starting quarterback is John Tice for the Golden Eagles. Jay Gould and Ryan Howell are the running backs, and Howell gets it on 1st down, and he cracks across the 20 to about the 22-yard line. The rest of the starters offensively for Central: Brant Steinhauser is the center, number 58. Paris Bland, 65, and Eric Fitzpatrick, 76, are the guards. Rob DiPiano, 52, and Reed Ellis are the tackles. We'll set the rest in a moment. Right now, here's a little delay handoff to Tim Fogarty. And Fogarty goes out to about the 25-yard line. It'll be 3rd down and about 3. Tanner Barrett is the flanker back. The tight end is Pete Roselli. And the wide receivers are going to alternate. Right in there right now is Mark Dillard, number 10. So 3rd down and about 2.5 or 3 yards to go for Central. Opening minute of play. Dillard goes left, Barrett goes right. Tice wants to throw quickly. Now he waits. Now he throws for Dillard. Dillard's out there, and it's incomplete. Ball was underthrown into that strong wind. And Central Regional will have to punt.
Yeah. So Central started out with some cross action, trying to get the quick run in there with Ryan Howell, and they tried to burst in. Of course, they set back the pass on that 3rd down. That pass got caught up in the wind.
Dillard is the punter for Central Regional. Maloney will return for Lacey. There's the snap. Dillard gets away the punt. It bounces at his own 45, and Lacey lets it roll dead at their own 49-yard line. Lions will put it in play 1st and 10 at their own 49-yard line. Starting offensively for Lacey, Mike Renato is the quarterback. Sean Carney and Jay Frazee are the running backs. Dale Pierce is the wing back. Wes Paskowich is the wide receiver, and Keith Martin is the tight end. Jared Burke is the center. Jay Vincent and Joe Roberts are the guards. Chris Natoli and Kevin Jorgensen are the tackles. 1st and 10, Lacey, and they go with an I formation, and Dale Pierce goes in motion. The tailback, Frazee, gets the carry, and he gets 2 yards before he's stopped by Brant Steinhauser. Defensively for Central Regional, Jay Gould and Kenny Wallace are the ends. Paris Bland and Aaron Sigrist are the tackles. The linebackers on the outside are John Tice and Ryan Howell. On the inside, Brant Steinhauser and Matt Baranier. Mark Dillard and Tanner Barrett are the corners, and Pete Roselli is the safety. Gain of a yard on the play, 2nd and 9, just over midfield for the Lions. This time they go with a single back set, and they put the fullback in motion. And the give is to Frazee. Frazee to the 45-yard line, and he's stopped there by Aaron Sigris, number 35, and Brant Steinhauser, number 58.
Speaking with the offensive coordinator of Lacey, Ron Emmert, I think it's Lacey's belief that they can handle Central up front. And so they're going to, instead of usually establishing the pass or being a 50-50 team, they're going to predominantly run the ball. I think that was the original indication.
And Lacey's looking at a 3rd down and 5 right now from the Central 46. The line to make is the Central 41. 9:20 to play in a scoreless first quarter. Slot left formation. Granato straight back to throw. Looking left, firing sideline, complete for a first down at about the 39 or the 38-yard line. It's caught by number 82, Wes Paskowicz, but it's good for a Lacey first down.
Wes Paskowicz and Dale Pierce are, by their coach's description, possession receivers, and they are averaging both about 11 yards a reception, and they're going to be used wisely. Granato has a quick release. He's very good at that quick 3-step drop game.
Paskowicz is a senior. He's 5'7", 145. He was hurt earlier in the year, but he's okay now. Kohut goes in motion, and the give is to the tailback, Frazee, and Frazee goes to the 36-yard line, a pickup of about 3 or 4 yards. Steinhauser again on the tackle. Steinhauser's all over the field for Central Regional.
Steinhauser is just a very good player on both sides of the football.
He plays center, and he also plays inside linebacker.
Central's strength is athletically, their strength is in the secondary and in their linebackers, their outside linebackers. So I believe that's part of that decision of attacking them up front.
2nd and 7. On the toss, it's Frazee looking left. Frazee to the 35, to the 30, and he's about a yard short of the first down. Tackled by Baranier and also Howell. It'll be 3rd and about a yard.
Just some real nice work by Sean Carney leading that play to the outside. Fullback Sean Carney really scrapped and really stayed in front of people to clear the way.
There's Mike Granato, number 11. Senior signal caller facing a 3rd and short. Frazee, dive play. Close to the first down. Going to be very close where they mark it. Very close. Steinhauser was in, and also Jay Gould. And we're going to take time out for a measurement here. Rob DiPiano was also in on that last tackle. And they're going to bring the sticks out to measure.
Even though the strategy so far hasn't
He's short.
used it.
He's short by about 6 inches. Go ahead, I'm sorry.
All right, even though the strategy hasn't used it, we also look for some play by Keith Martin, the tight end. Keith Martin has been a larger factor in the second half of the season for Lacey, and he's a very athletic kid, and now he's just progressed to understanding the game a little bit more in his first year of football as a senior.
All right, 4th and less than a foot for Lacey, and the Lions will go for it here at the Central 29-yard line. 7 minutes, 8 seconds remaining in the first quarter. There is no score. Here they come. Carney is the fullback. Frazee is the tailback. Double tight end set. Kohut goes in motion. Granato to Frazee. Frazee, first down and more. 20, 10, touchdown. Jay Frazee goes 29 yards for a Lacey touchdown, and the Lions take the lead 6-0.
Well, we talked about the ability of Lacey to handle them up front. They went right behind their big people in the front, Kevin Jorgensen and Jay Vincent. And the lead block by Carney, and a good bounce move by Jay Frazee to bounce outside and outrun it to the end zone.
Extra point try by Pierce is on the way, and it's good. So Lacey leads it 7-0. Let's look at that again.
You take a look at the lead block by Carney right to the strong side. A nice block also by Keith Martin. We had just mentioned him, and there you see Frazie's speed bouncing it to the outside.
You think that play was designed to go inside and he just saw the hole outside?
I think it was designed inside, but he has that kind of ability, and if he read the block, he can bounce it. He's permitted to do that.
And he got some great blocks on that right side. They sealed off the entire left side of the central defensive line, and he saw that opening. And once he gets to that outside, he's got enough speed to go.
Well, certainly, Rick. And we talked about Keith Martin, and he's a good athlete. And I was surprised, though, being in his first year of football, Coach Emmert spoke about his blocking ability and able to hook people, and he just showed that.
All right, so the Lions go 51 yards on their opening possession to take a 7-0 lead with 6:50 to play in the first quarter, and Pierce will now be kicking off for the Lions to the Golden Eagles. Hirschblond is back, Santucci is back, and Dillard also is back for Dan Duddy's Golden Eagles. Kick coming down to the near side, and it's going to go out of bounds at the 5, and of course the penalty flag comes out on that.
Rick, we saw on the opening series by the Golden Eagles that the wind was a factor on 2 plays. On the third down pass, Tice tried to go deep, threw the ball up a little bit, caught a lot of air, and it was hung up in the wind. Then following that, Dillard's kick only flew 20 yards in the air, even though it bounced another 5. So the wind has already played into as a factor here.
And we're going to have to re-kick. Yanni, this is going to be my last game for Adelphia Cable 8 for this season. One more game to come on Saturday. Ken will be doing that game. But I want to express my thanks to some of the people who have made our job a little bit easier this year. Athletic directors for the Toms River Schools, Bill Lundy, for Monsignor Donovan, Dennis Toddings, and a big thank you to Dennis Toddings for the help he gave me a couple of weeks ago. Ron Gundry of Manchester Township, Jerry Golombeski from Central Regional, and of course John Gardy from Lacey Township. All right, Pierce is set to kick again, this time 5 yards further back, and it's received by Santucci at his 15. Santucci is tripped up at about the 27-yard line, tripped up by Bob Nassani, number 51. And it'll be Golden Eagle ball, 1st and 10 at about their own 28.
Yeah, Nassani really flew down there and tripped him up. I mean, that's the intensity of the Lacey team now is coming out. They're really pumped up. We felt the excitement when we were down on the field earlier. But let's see if Tice and company can do anything against this wind. Can they march using their running strength and Ryan Howell?
Defensively for Lacey, we've got Jay Vincent, Ken Probst, Adam Maggio, and John Sherwood on the line. Oh, Central has just called for a timeout. Also for Lacey defensively, Ed Crowley, who's wearing number 84 today. That's a number change for him. Bob Nassani, we just mentioned, is the middle linebacker. Rob Summers, the other outside linebacker. The cornerbacks are Steve Maloney and Jerry York, and the safeties are Jeff Carraz and Ed Fitzpatrick. Some of the other people I want to thank for their help this year from Southern Regional, Kim DeGraw-Cole and Ben DeFonso, Tom Procopio from Pinelands Regional, Jim Rockford from Brick, George Rayo from Brick Memorial. All those athletic directors have given us a lot of help during the course of the year. Also, all of the coaches who helped us out during the course of the year. Dan Duddy of Central, Larry Sheehan of Southern, Glenn Demery of Pinelands, Bob Massari of Donovan, Ken Snyder of Toms River East, Bob Nani of Toms River North, Joe Ascalise from Manchester, Lou Versillo from Lacey, Ron Signorino from Brick, and Jim Calabro from Brick Memorial. All right, on 1st and 10, a little play action. Tice gets away from a rush, throws long, has Barrett. It's incomplete, broken up by Jerry York. Boy, that John Tice can throw.
Yeah, Ed Crowley came in from the outside linebacker on a stunt, just missed him. But Tice, we even mentioned the wind, and here he throws a beautiful pass against the wind, and it really should have been complete.
I can't get over how strong his arm is.
Oh, he's a big boy. I think he's about 6'4", I think, actually. And 6'4", 6'5", and he just has that leverage, and he's just a great athlete in a big package.
There he is right there, number 13, John Tice. 2nd and 10. Tice on a rollout. Throws, and it's incomplete over the head of tight end Pete Roselli. So it'll bring up a 3rd down and 10. Penalty flag is down, and there is a penalty against Central Regional. And we'll wait and see what this penalty is all about. And the penalty will be accepted. Holding is indicated against the Golden Eagles, and that'll set them back to about their own 18-yard line.
We talked about the athletic ability in the secondary of the Central Regional Golden Eagles earlier, but that athletic ability is also praised by the coaches on the side of Lacey. They do feel their athletes back there can do a very good job.
All right, on 2nd and long, Tice is going to throw. Now he's under a rush, and he's sacked. Ed Crowley, the linebacker, came in and got Tice.
Crowley again, 2nd time stunning. They thought they had a shot at him the 1st time. He's very quick on that. He looked very quick coming in on that stunt.
All right, line of scrimmage is back at the 13 now, and they've got to get it out to the 48, or 38 rather, so it's 3rd and 25. So, what do you call on 3rd and 25, Coach? Into the wind.
A prayer.
Yeah. 5:40 to
Probably
go, first
a screen
quarter.
or a draw, I would have to think.
He's going to throw. Here comes Crowley again, and incomplete pass. Referee has ruled an incomplete pass, I believe. And that'll bring up a 4th down, and Central Regional will have to punt.
Yeah, with a kid of his size and ability, I'm going to have to attribute that to the weather as well. That ball, you know, it's cold out there. He was back there trying to pat the ball to see what was open, and he just lost control of it.
All right, Dillard is into punt. Maloney is back to return the punt. I think I see the sun trying to come out. Dillard gets off a punt. It's not too long. It bounces and takes a central roll, but Lacey's going to have great field position at the central 35-yard line.
That's a tough job for a punter against the wind, and that one was not a spiral. Went over end. Again, it landed it went 20 yards in the air. Now you got a even better bounce, but I don't think they can count on too many more of those against the wind.
All right, Lacey leading 7-0. Takes over 1st and 10 at the Golden Eagle 35-yard line. Clock running, 5:10 to play, first quarter. And the first down play doesn't go too far as number 22, Greg Elias, the sophomore, was the ball carrier on that play. Kenny Wallace made the tackle. It'll be 2nd and still 10. That's number 12, Jim Kohut there, just running across your screen. Number 9, Dale Pierce, trailing him. Central's changed their defense a little for this game. Tice was a cornerback earlier in the year. He's playing linebacker today. He and Tanner Barrett have switched positions. Renato on a straight drop. Nobody open. Under a rush, and he's going to be sacked right at about the line of scrimmage. Good coverage by the Central defense.
Good coverage and a wise decision. Coaches would be happy with that decision. Rather than trying to throw it or make something happen that's not planned, he just ducked it up and just took that, whatever could be gained from that play.
John Tice in on the tackle along with Jay Gould and Aaron Sigrist. It'll be 3rd and 9 for Lacey. Where this new field looks magnificent.
Oh, it's a beautiful thing. It's the example of when you do it right.
That's right. Kohut motions across. Handoff to Elias. Elias, 30. First down, Elias, he's gone. 35-yard touchdown run for Greg Elias. So Lacey leads it 13-0.
Greg Elias, talking to Coach Lou Versillo earlier, Greg Elias is mentioned as, out of all the Elias brothers, as the best pure runner. And he looks like he has quite a lot of speed, the Elias speed as well.
All right, Pierce's extra point try is no good. So with 3:29 to play in the first quarter, Lacey leads it 13-0. Take a look at that touchdown run again.
There we see just right from the... Take a look at that, and Elias just cuts back, switches the ball, and outruns everyone to the left side. Followed the blocking and read his way very well.
Elias is only a sophomore. He's 5'7", 150 pounds. He also had injury problems a few weeks ago. Didn't look like he's feeling any pain right there.
Right. It looks like Lacey's running full steam ahead right now.
By the way, I apologize if my voice sounds a little raspy from time to time. I've been fighting a cold for about 10 days, Yanni, and it's beginning to get to me up here today.
And winter is here.
It is here, let me tell you. If it gets much worse, you're going to have to do the play-by-play.
I want to check on the condition of my right foot soon.
All right, Pierce will kick off for the Lions. It has been all Lacey so far in this first quarter. They've had the ball twice, and they've scored 2 touchdowns. One on a 29-yard run by Frazee and one on a 30-yard run by Elias. Good kick by Pierce. Way back to about the 2 or the 3-yard line. Howell gets through the first wave, gets out to the 20-yard line. Penalty flag goes down as he was tackled by Ed Fitzpatrick, and there might be a face mask on the play. Let's wait and see. Yes, that's the call. Face mask against Lacey Township. So that's going to give Central pretty good field position.
Yeah, let's see what the Golden Eagles can do. Are they going to stay with the idea to pass against this wind, or are they going to try to grind something out now that they have a little bit of a break on that return plus penalty?
So it'll be 1st and 10 for the Golden Eagles at their own 35-yard line. They trail at 13-0. 3 minutes and 15 seconds left in the first period. Barrett comes to the near side, Dillard to the far side. And the delay handoff goes to Howell. And Howell has a first down and more. He's out near midfield before Jerry York drags him down. Good running by Ryan Howell.
Yeah, that's what we were looking for earlier. There was a real good block by Rob DiPiano, and Howell was able, with his quickness, to follow him and take more.
First and 10, Golden Eagles at their own 49-yard line. Single back set, and that single back is Howell, and he gets the carry. He's across the 50 down to about the Lacey 45-yard line. Tackled by Rob Summer.
Yeah, just the same play, a little counter to the other side, and that was basically, most people call it the counter tray. That time Ed Fitzpatrick, number 76, set up the play. So the guards and the tackles are working well now with Tyson. Let's see if they can keep that up.
Kenny Probst was also in on that stop, 2nd and about 4. Quick count, and they go to the same back, and that's Howell. This time he's snowed under for a loss. Carraz, Maloney, Summer, all in there quickly for the Lacey.
Very unusual set for the Golden Eagles, with a tight double slot to the right, and one of the linemen sat in the slot, but it wasn't productive this time.
3rd down and 5 for Central Regional, and we're inside the 2-minute mark here in the first quarter. Howell goes left. Howell driving. Howell's got the first down and more. He's inside the 40 to about the Lacey 39-yard line. So it's a 1st and 10 for the Golden Eagles.
We talked about the strength of the Lacey line now. It looks like that front wall of Central Golden Eagles is taking it to them, particularly over that left side just now. Reed Ellis and Eric Fitzpatrick has moved everybody back.
Yeah, this is by far the best Central has looked. Howell again tries a little cutback move. This time there's only a couple of yards there. Rob Summer, number 35, Ed Fitzpatrick, number 24, in on the tackle for Lacey. Somebody's injured, Summer. He's coming off the field, but he's shaken up a little bit. There he is right there.
Yeah, Rob Summer was listed by, or mentioned by Coach Ed Heffernan as their top tackler right now, and very active player. We think the Lacey linebackers, you can see Ed Crowley on his stunts, Bob Nassani with his intensity, and especially coming down on special teams, and Rob Summer, a very active defensive player.
Sean Carney, number 44, comes in to replace him at linebacker, and it's 2nd down and about 8. Now a motion, and Tice is going to keep it. Maloney's chasing him. Maloney trips him up just about at the line of scrimmage. So it'll be 3rd and long. Good play by Steve Maloney.
Yeah, real nice read. Seeing that run and that predetermined quarterback run, he came right up, kept the angle on Tice, and was able to take him down. It's quite a size differential, though, it looked like to me.
All right, we've got 30 seconds left to play in the first quarter. This might be the final play if it's a run. If it's a pass, of course, that would stop the clock if it's incomplete. 3rd and about 8. Little wingback reverse. Tanner Barrett is stopped short of the 1st down by Adam Maggio, and it's going to be 4th and about 6 for Dan Duddy, and I would guess he'll let the clock run out and decide what he's going to do. He'll have the wind at his back once the clock runs out.
That's probably what will happen. Maggio did a real nice job. He read the trap coming at him, settled down, and moved back towards the football and cut that hole right down.
All right, that is the end of the first quarter. The score is Lacey 13 and Central Regional nothing, and Yanni and I will be back with the second quarter of today's Thanksgiving Day game. Remember, B-South is on the line for Lacey if they can win it, and we'll be back with the second quarter right after these messages.
For Bob, when I need to touch base for dinner. For the kids, when they forget it's time to come home. For us, when the babysitter needs to get in touch.
Here's a gift idea guaranteed to keep your family in touch. Paging service from PageTime for under $9 a month. Order now and get a brand new Motorola pager for only $49.95. Save up to $30. Plus, get a free month of Cinemax. That's over 150 movies. Call PageTime at 800-870-2220 and hang loose this holiday.
All right, we're back at Lacey Township. Unfortunately, we missed the 4th down play for Central Regional. They tried to pass. It was incomplete. There was a penalty against Central on the play, and of course it was declined by Lacey. So Central loses the ball on downs, and Lacey takes over. 1st and 10 at their own 36-yard line.
That play was an intended middle screen to Ryan Howell in the middle, and I believe the official called that there was an ineligible receiver across the line of scrimmage.
All right, so the best drive by Central ends in a turnover on downs, and it's Lacey ball at their own 36. They lead 13-0. Here goes Frazee again. He's loose in the secondary. He's got a 1st down out to about the 47-yard line. Jay Frazee with a great run. And it's another Lacey 1st down. Let's see who gets off the bottom of the pile for Central Regional. It's 22, Ryan Howell.
Again, running right behind their strength, Kevin Jurgensen and Jay Vincent, Keith Martin.
Opening minute, second quarter. Lacey leading at 13-0. Renato on a reverse spin, gives to Frazee across the 50, bounces off a Howell and goes down to about the 44-yard line. Barani puts the stop on him. And Frazie's getting great yardage,
Right, and
getting
they
great
popped
blocking.
They popped that dive right between right inside of Kevin Jorgensen. Kevin Jorgensen kicked his man out and went down the field and blocked another man and really knocked them backwards.
So the Lacey ground game is very effective today. I don't think they've attempted a pass yet, have they? They tried one, I think, to pass
quick
switch.
out to the outside.
Yeah, that's right. All right, on second and short, they dive for the first down, and I think they might have it. Greg Elias was the ball carrier. He only needed about a yard. He didn't make it. He's going to be about a foot short. You look at the Golden Eagle defense trying to dig in here on a third and short. And here come the Lions. Paskowicz and Kohut are double wide to the near side. Granado to the tailback Frazee. First down and more. Frazee to the 35-yard line of Central Regional. Tackled by Howell and Barrett.
Yeah, Frazee is so quick when he gets in there that in about 3 or 4 strides, he's into the linebackers already. So that's going to present a continual problem for Central. We talked about John Tice's switch of position. It looks like primarily that's to neutralize Keith Martin. He's lining up with Keith Martin every play.
10 minutes to play in the first half. Lacey driving again, 1st and 10. That's Frazee. Frazee trying to get to the outside. He gets to about the 27-yard line and then is stood up by Howell. Also Roselli. There's a gain of about 8 yards on the play, so it's 2nd and 8. Frazee will be back for Lou Versillo. He's only a junior.
Both running backs, their speedy running backs, are underclassmen. That looks really hopeful for the future for the running game at Lacey. However, we'll see what the quarterback situation provides next year. Mike Granado, who was a starter for 3 years now, they're going to lose him, so that's a big loss.
Central's called timeout with 9:36 to go, and it's 13-0 Lacey. Some of the other people I want to thank for the help they've given us here over the course of this year. A special thanks to Eleanor Wasilick from the Toms River Schools, Claire McShay from Monsignor Donovan, Rose Patrizio from Central Regional. All of these 3 ladies are assistants to their respective athletic directors, and they've given us a lot of help over the course of the year. So it's 2nd down and about 2.5 or 3 yards to go for Lacey. They lead it 13-0. Frazee has 1 touchdown, and Elias has the other. The sleet or drizzle or whatever it was seems to have let up, and the clouds are actually breaking up, and I can see some blue sky overhead, and that's nice. It's still cold and windy, though. Granado to Elias, and Elias is close to the first down, but I think he's a bit short.
There was another attempt to go over on the right side on the side of Vincent and Jorgensen, but that time Grant Steinhauser came right in and stopped that play. He just interrupted the trap play.
Yanni, I think you had a few people you wanted to thank.
Yeah,
for
you
some
know what?
help
I
this
just
year.
want to thank personally the coaches. I mean, I've pestered them because of my job change and as a principal at high school. Sometimes I don't get home at a decent hour, and I'm calling these fellows late at night. And sometimes I've even tapped into the resources of assistant coaches that I knew. And so these are some of the assistants that I just want to extend my appreciation to. Ron Emmert from Lacey, Rich Caldas from Brick, Vinny Iaculo from Toms River South, and Tony Samarini. And of course, Tony and Ron Emmert, both I get to see them daily, so it's a real advantage for me.
All right, Lacey picked up the first down, as you can see. So it's 1st and 10 Lions from the Golden Eagle 24 with 9 minutes and 13 seconds left to play in the first half. Lacey's had it twice, and they've scored 2 touchdowns with it. This is their 3rd possession. Elias to the right. Short gain. Good defensive play by Central Regional. 25 Baranier, 28 Barrett in quickly to make the stop.
Just to finish on that thought about the coaches, I just want to let people know, viewers who are interested in the high school game, what quality individuals these people are that are in charge of their kids. They are accessible, they are interested, they talk about values when they talk. We don't just talk about football, they share a lot of things about their football team, and there's a great deal of credit should go to those coaches.
I'll second that. On 2nd and long, Elias takes the toss, and he's driven out of bounds by Kenny Wallace, number 89, after a short gain. I think, Yanni, a lot of people don't appreciate the amount of time that the coaches have to put in.
It's not just practice on the field. The way of the game now, as the game has progressed, there's so much preparation work that has to be done, and there's so much work to review films, review tapes, and then to, of course, prepare a game plan that's going to be effective. And they just have to work very hard right now.
3rd down and 8 for Lacey. Slot right formation. Granado's going to put it up. Throws to the sideline, and it's caught. It's caught at the 15-yard line near a first down, but I think he's a little short. Paskowicz caught it, but I think he's a little bit short of the first down marker. I think he's about a foot short.
He just had to come back a little bit more than he really expected.
Well, going into the wind, I would expect him to try for it on 4th down instead of going for the field goal. Carraz, number 47, comes in, replacing Paskowicz.
If I was going to take a guess, it would be behind Jorgensen and Vincent.
Right, they line up in a tight power I formation. And it's Elias. First down to about the 12-yard line. Greg Elias, the ball carrier. Ryan Howell makes the tackle.
Right to the right side, and of course in the power I, they're also led by Frazee and Carney.
So 1st and 10 for Lacey now at the central 12-yard line with 7:25 to play in the half. It's been all Lacey so far. Carraz stays in as the second tight end. And same play, Elias to the right side. Tries to cut back and is driven out of bounds around the line of scrimmage. Wallace in on the tackle.
Yeah, real tough play by Kenny Wallace, taking on blockers, stripping them, and stopping that play.
Actually, they lost a little bit on that play, so it'll be 2nd and almost 11. Now Paskowicz goes back in offensively. And they go back to the 2-wide formation. And the toss and a reverse. Maloney's going to keep it himself. 20, 15, Maloney 10. Maloney down to about the 7-yard line. Now that's a little wrinkle we haven't seen before.
That's right. Maloney's a speedster. I think early in the year we saw him with a real quick touchdown that was called back in the first game of the year, but and he has a lot of ability. The coaches try to take advantage of that.
All right, so it's 3rd down and about 5 now for Lacey.
Now, this is a big defensive situation for the Golden Eagles. If they can stop them here, 13 points is not that bad. 13 points, even if you went into half, you could think about coming back. But giving up the 3rd score here in the conclusion of the first half would be tough to come back.
Kohut motions across. Granado, and there's a whistle before the snap. We've got a delay of game penalty. That's a significant penalty. Instead of 3rd and 5 now, it's going to be 3rd and 10.
That's big for the Eagles. That's big for the Eagles.
So that could change the play call for Lacey here. Now it's 3rd and 10 from about the 12-yard line.
I would look to one of those 3-step drop quick passes from Granado right here, either to Wes Paskowicz on a slant. We've seen them hit the out pattern a couple times. Now it could be time, because they're in a pretty wide zone defense. Perhaps they could try to get away with that, getting a slant in the seam.
Paskowicz goes to the left. Dale Pierce comes to the right. Carney, the fullback, lines up as a wing left. And Pierce motions. Granado, big rush, hit, and he gets away from it. DiPiano chases him. Granado gets the ball away. Intended for Martin. It's incomplete. How did Granado get away from that blitz?
He just kept, he's a pretty big kid. He stayed up pretty balanced, even had the presence of mind to try to pick out a receiver. And take a look at the pressure right up the middle.
Bernier.
He gets hit immediately by Bernier, did not get picked up on the stunt, and now he tries to dump the pass off to Keith Martin, but he was covered as well.
Just an amazing escape effort by Granado to save a big loss. So now it's 4th and 10 for Lacey from the 12-yard line of Central Regional.
We said it was a big moment for the Golden Eagles defense. They responded. Let's see if they can do it one more time.
Elias is going to replace Frazee in the backfield. Keep your eye on Paskowicz, number 82. He's wide right. Penalty flag, delay a game against Lacey. So they took a little too long getting that play in.
Against Southern just a few games ago, in this situation, they went to Keith Martin, the tight end. They tried to motion to get some sort of movement in the defensive secondary, and Martin came in, and Granado tried to connect with him as he looped into the middle of the defense.
All right, Lacey's called a timeout with 5:26 to play in the first half. And while we've got a minute here, I'd like to announce the Adelphia Cable Channel 8 All-Star Football Team for 1995. The center is Brant Steinhauser from the Central Regional Golden Eagles. The guards are Matt Bostic of Manchester and Jay Williams of Toms River North. The tackles are Mike Barretto of Toms River North and Bill Binding of Toms River South. The tight ends, Mike Bure of North and Rashawn Burns of East. Quarterbacks, Ron Sermarini of North and Mike Granado of the Lacey Lions. Running backs, Amir Dew of Toms River North, Eric Mazer of Toms River North, Joe Mickens from Manchester, Keith Anderson from Toms River South, Justin Bush from Toms River East. And the wide receivers are Wes Paskowicz from the Lacey Lions and Keon Torres from Toms River South. And I'll be bringing you the defense in just a second. But congratulations to all of those players for making it to our All-Star team this year.
2 of the Lacey Lions and 1 of the Central Regional Golden Eagles on the first team selection on offense.
That is correct. Brant Steinhauser, Mike Granado, and Wes Paskowicz all made the first team offense.
I'd say in many choices that was a very tough choice to make.
All right, 4th and about 15 for Lacey. Granado rolling to the right, has plenty of time, throws, and Paskowicz at about the 5. Are they going to rule that a catch? It's going to be short of the first down either way, so it doesn't matter. It is a catch, but it's short of the first down, and so Central is held, and a big defensive stop for the Golden Eagles.
One of the officials, I do believe, also ruled it incomplete. I think he said that it hit the ground.
All right, that's what I thought at first. So it's a Central ball at their own 17-yard line.
Just gives you an idea, though, of that possession receiver type of game that they play. Wes Paskowicz folded inside, ran up the field, did a real quick stop pattern, and but it was just short.
All right, 1st and 10 for the Golden Eagles. Here comes Fogarty, and Fogarty, short gain, out to about the 19-yard line.
Golden Eagles have the wind at their back. They can now employ every weapon they have. Let's see if they can pull something out to try to get a score before the end of the half.
5 minutes left in the half. Lacey leading it by 13-0. Frazee with a 29-yard touchdown run in the first quarter, and also Greg Elias with a 30-yard touchdown run. 2nd and 8, and here comes Howell. Has plenty of room. Howell's free in the secondary, and Howell has a first down for Central out to about the 40-yard line. York makes the tackle, but it's a nice run by the junior running back, Ryan Howell.
Howell is a speedster. He's just quick. He has good balance. He looked like he was upended. He kept on running, and he's quite an item.
So 1st and 10 for Central. 4.5 to play in the half. Here comes Howell this side on the quick toss. Hit at the line of scrimmage. Penalty flag goes down. John McLean made the tackle, but let's check out the penalty marker. And holding is indicated against Central Regional. So that'll send the Golden Eagles back.
Just the interesting part of that play, Ryan Howell's intention, of course the intention was to run to the left behind the blocking. He had 76, I think, Eric Fitzpatrick, and he had Jay Gould, the fullback, leading him, and he chose to cut it up inside. If he'd have followed that blocking, I think he would have had more.
So the line of scrimmage is now back to the Golden Eagle 29-yard line, where it will be first down and about 20 yards to go. Single back set, and Tice is going to put it up. Tice looking, has a man over the middle, doesn't see him. Now he's under a heavy rush. Backing up, throws, has a man open, incomplete, intended for Howell at the 45-yard line. Nice try. Howell couldn't hang on. He was trying to stay in bounds.
Yeah, Ryan Howell did the thing that the receiving coaches, offensive coaches want. He was coming actually from the other side of the field, went down the middle of the field, saw that Tice was in trouble, and came back for the football. It was a great try.
He was covered by Jeff Carraz. And so that'll bring up a second down and about 20. Brian Hirschblund is into the game now at wide receiver. There's the toss to Howell. He's hemmed in the backfield, and he's going to be hit for a short gain or maybe even a loss as Lacey got in there very quickly. Number 35, Rob Summer, came up from the linebacker spot. Jay Vinson was in there also.
Yeah, and a quick read, I believe, by Ed Fitzpatrick, number 24, changed the running track of Ryan Howell, made him alter his route.
So 3rd and long, about 20 for Central Regional. Time beginning to become a factor now here. 3.5 to go in the first half. Tice straight back to throw, rolling left. Stops, heavy rush. Gets away from one man. Now fires, and it's caught for a first down by Howell at midfield. Great play by John Tice to get away from Ed Crowley.
Yeah, certainly, and it was a real nice stunt. There was a little cross action opening it up for Crowley to stun in, and Crowley hit him, and Crowley's not a small kid by any stretch, and Tice just shook him off and had the presence of mind to hit Howell across the middle of the field.
Well, a key completion for the Golden Eagles on 3rd and 20. They made the first down, so now 1st and 10 from midfield. They trail 13-0. This is Howell. 45, Carraz wraps him up as he gets to the 44-yard line.
There's that toss play to the left. Again, he cut it back and took what he could, but again, the blocking was right there. So that toss looks like it's going to present a problem for Lacey unless they can switch things.
2 minutes and 50 seconds to play in the second quarter. Central trailing Lacey 13-0. First quarter was dominated by Lacey, but Central just stopped them on downs a few minutes ago that keyed this drive. Here comes Howell again, and this time it's a short gain, only about a yard. Adam Maggio, number 77, and Jay Vincent, number 63, with a good defensive play for the Lions. .220 to play in the quarter. 3rd down and 4 yards to go for the Golden Eagles. Remember, if Lacey wins, they get a share of the B-South title with Brick Memorial. Tice, 3-step drop, nobody open. Gets away from Fitzpatrick, now he throws it long, and it looks like it could be intercepted. No, it's incomplete. Penalty flag is down. Well, hold everything. Way downfield at the 8-yard line, there's a penalty marker. It's got to be interference, I would think, but which way? It's against Lacey, judging by the Central reaction. Pass interference against Lacey, and that'll give Central a first down.
Well, it's the biggest opportunity for the Golden Eagles. Again, another shot, another situation where John Tice goes back and stunning, I believe it was number 24, again, Ed Fitzpatrick, stunning Lacey Lyon comes in and he just sloughs it off and continues to play. He's just a big, strong guy, and he continues with that presence of mind to continue to play.
There's Lou Versillo, the head coach of Lacey, right there in the blue jacket and the Notre Dame cap. So it's 1st and 10 for the Golden Eagles at the Lacey 28, a minute 56 and a half. There's the toss play to Howell, and Howell goes inside the 25 to about the 24. Vinson made the tackle.
And a nice lead block by Jay Gould on the right side to make that toss open.
Central's got 1 timeout, according to my records. Minute 35 to play in the half. 2nd down and about 6. Central trailing by 13 points, trying to get right back in this game, which they will do if they score here. Tice going to put it up. Throws, man, wide open. It's Gould, the fullback, 20, 10, touchdown, Jay Gould. Wide open in the flat, coming from his fullback spot, and we've got a football game.
Right. Gould delayed out to the left, almost like a screen route, but there were no screen blockers. He just delayed, wait for the linebackers to drop, and clear it out. It was just a real nice play, and he has a lot of ability. He takes it right to the corner.
So a 24-yard touchdown pass from Tice to Gould. And it's 13-6. And Central Regional will attempt the extra point. Number 77, Ellis, Reed Ellis, will attempt to kick the point out of Tanner Barrett's hold. A high snap, the kick is down, the spot is down, the kick is up, and it's good.
Yeah, here we can see Ryan. We just missed part of that, but that was after the reception, and then of course he ran right to the end zone with the ball, and really just a nice play, well conceived.
An 83-yard touchdown drive for Central Regional, and it results in that touchdown with 1:19 to play in the first half, and it's now 13-7 Lacey. Let's take another look at that touchdown pass.
You can see at the beginning he's delaying out. Now he's clear. The linebackers have dropped off. And for just a real tough fullback, has some good speed too.
Gould is a junior, 5'10", 205 pounds, and he took it in on a 24-yard touchdown pass from John Tice. Man, he really was wide open. Well, that's got to give Central a huge lift. Number one, they made the defensive stop deep in their own territory, and they took the ball and they drove it 83 yards, aided by that critical interference penalty against Lacey.
Right, but that's one of the things. You have to make use of your opportunities, and they certainly did.
Right.
Make it a ball game.
And they also connected on that 3rd down and 20 pass to Dillard over the midfield stripe.
And I just, a little flash in my mind, I just saw the energy of Ryan Howell in that. We talked about the ability of Tice and the other things, but it looked like that energy of Ryan Howell produced a lot of gains in the offense.
Right. I may have said that 3rd and 20 completion was to Dillard. I believe it was to Howell. Am I correct?
Yes.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay. Minute 19 to play in the half. Ellis will kick off. Back to receive. Maloney, Frazee, and Elias, and a kick goes into the end zone for a touchback. So Ellis with that big wind behind him, and he's got a strong leg. You can see that on the extra point.
Tremendous kick. Just a tremendous kick.
So it'll be 1st and 10 for the Lions at their own 20 with a minute 19 to go. They've got 2 timeouts left, but they're going into a big wind. And I wouldn't think that they would try any high-risk plays at this point on the field.
All right, I agree with you, Rick. I think they're going to use Frazee here and just try to hold on to the football.
Yeah, because Lacey will get the ball, I think, to start the second half, so I don't expect them to take any chances here. And they'll keep it on the ground. Frazee, 25, Frazee 30, out to about the 31-yard line. Pete Roselli, the senior safety, coming up to make the tackle along with Brant Steinhauser. And it's a 1st down for Lacey. Clock is moving with a minute 9 remaining in the half. Frazee again. Circling right. He's out to about the 40-yard line. Nice gain by Frazee, tackled by Howell and also Roselli.
I certainly think Dan Duddy and the whole Golden Eagles team will be really happy if they can get out of here at halftime with a 13-7 score. I think they'll be very pleased, especially the way they finished up here.
All right, Lacey is called for a timeout with 45 seconds to go. Here's the rest of the All-Star team. Here's our defense. The defensive ends are Victor Moore of Pinelands Regional, Walter Reed of Toms River North, and J.R. Anderson of Southern Regional. The linemen are Chris Leeds of Toms River South, Frank Rickards of Toms River North, and Derek Musari of Monsignor Donovan. The linebackers are Mike Goggins of Pinelands Regional, Steve Hayes of Toms River North, Mike Normand of Southern Regional, and Jason Vincent from the Lions of Lacey Township. The cornerbacks are John Tice of the Golden Eagles of Central Regional, Larry Crespo of Southern Regional, Doc Rose of Toms River North. The safeties are Chuck Pergola from Donovan, Pete Roselli from the Central Regional Golden Eagles, and Jeff Carraz from the Lacey Lions. Special teams, Ken Rose, the punter from North, Ted Skank, the place kicker from East, and the return back, Jason Coral of Southern Regional. Player of the year was Amir Dew of Toms River North, and Bob Nanny of North was our coach of the year. 2nd and a yard to go. Frazee, the ball carrier. First down to about the 44-yard line. Tackled by Jay Gould. The clock will stop momentarily while they reset the down markers. 40 seconds to go, and Lacey's going to go without a huddle. Clock is running now. Granado, Frazee hit at the line of scrimmage and dropped. Not much of a gain that time. DiPiano made the tackle. And timeout is called. Lacey uses their last timeout. .23 seconds to play in the half. Lacey leading at 13-7 in a game that has switched around. Lacey had all the momentum throughout the first quarter and a half. And then finally Central Regional stopped them on downs and took the ball and drove it 83 yards into the end zone. Touchdowns in the game so far coming from Frazee and Elias for Lacey, and Gould for Central Regional.
Just a few minutes ago, we were talking about possibly Lacey nailing down a victory here with a third score, and look how things can turn around, how quickly.
Well, you never know.
So witnessing the Shawnee Toms River North game and doing the broadcast last week for the most of the game, and at certainly towards the conclusion of the game, everybody had Toms River North completely counted out, and they come back and actually lose just because of the last play. And they just couldn't convert on the last play, but they lost by 3 points. So that was just a credit to the Toms River North coaching staff and a credit to their players for that comeback attempt.
All right, 2nd and 8 for Lacey with 23 seconds to play in the first half. Now they look like they're in a passing formation. Granado, nope, they're going to keep it on the ground again, and Frazee goes nowhere. Tackled by Sigrist, and that will probably be the end of the half. No, Lacey's going to try and get off one more. Granado trying to get a play in from the sideline. 6 seconds and the clock is running. And he's going to let it run out. And that is the end of the first half. Recapping the scoring in that first half, Lacey got on the board first with 6:50 to play in the first quarter on a 29-yard run by Jay Frazee. Pierce's kick made it 7-0. Lacey scored again with 3:29 to play in the first quarter. It was Greg Elias carrying it in on a 30-yard run. The kick was no good. Lacey led 13-0. Then in the second quarter, the game turned around. Lacey was stopped on downs by Central at Central's 17-yard line, and the Golden Eagles drove it 83 yards for a touchdown with 1:15 to play on a 24-yard touchdown pass from John Tice to Jay Gould. Reed Ellis's kick made it 13-7, and that's where we are at the end of the first half. So a very entertaining first half. It's still anybody's football game, and the Lions, as we mentioned in the outset, need a win today to capture a share of the B-South Championship. So that's the story in the first half. We invite you to join us for the second half. Yanni and I will be back with that second half kickoff right after these messages.
Here's a gift idea guaranteed to keep your family in touch. Paging service from Page Time for under $9 a month. Order now and get a brand new Motorola pager for only $49.95. Save up to $30. Plus, get a free month of Cinemax. That's over 150 movies. The Page Time number is 800-870-2220. Give us a jingle.
Welcome back to Lacey Township High School. Rick McDonough along with Yanni Chrisbergs, and Central Regional is getting set to kick off to start the second half. Golden Eagles will be moving right to left here in the second half, and they will have the wind at their back in the third quarter. They trail at 13-7, but they've got the momentum, I would say, Jan.
Yeah, we witnessed that momentum switch with the long drive, a couple of course, penalties. A penalty, there was a big break, but then they capitalized on it. So that was the difference, and we saw some inspired defensive play out of them as well.
Reed Ellis kicking off for Central Regional. Maloney, Frazee, and Elias are back to return, and it's going to be Elias at the 10. Juggles it a little bit to the 20, 25, 30, one man to beat. There he goes, Greg Elias. Dillard's chasing him. He won't catch him. It's a 90-yard kickoff return for Greg Elias.
Well, if you're looking for a prescription to change the momentum, that's just what the doctor ordered.
What an amazing return by Greg Elias. It looked like he was hemmed in around the 20-yard line.
Yeah, he displayed his shiftiness there, and then there were some good blocks up front, and that let him get a little separation in that defensive wall, and he picked it up, and he has the speed to do it.
Well, that's certainly shifts the momentum back to the Lacey Lions. 19-7, Lacey leading it.
Right, that's the Golden Eagles were poised with the wind at their backs. Hopefully they would have stopped Lacey, and then they turned around and it would have given them a chance to really tie things up. And now they're in a really tougher position.
Lacey going to go for two. Granado's going to throw it. Heavy rush by Tice. He gets it away, and it's incomplete, intended for Carney in the end zone. Tice was tackling Granado as he threw.
Yeah, quarterback against quarterback there. No, that was certainly a terrific run. That was, that enlivened the crowd, certainly. That,
Greg Elias has just electrified everybody here at Lacey High School Field with a 90-yard kickoff return to start the second half. Just an amazing run.
There was only one tackle, I think, right when he made his run for it. There was one tackler left, and he sidestepped him very quickly and just outran everybody else. And Mark Dillard, who does have speed, just couldn't catch him at that angle.
Yeah, Dillard closed some ground on him, but Elias had too much of a head start.
Today's game will be broadcast Tuesday night at 8:30 on Adelphia 8.
There's Lou Versillo, head coach for Lacey. And he's got to be very excited by that kickoff return.
Lou may have been excited, but he didn't look too happy at that time.
I don't think Lou ever looks happy. I said to Lou before the game, we were out on the field, and I wished him a happy Thanksgiving. And he says, oh, that's right, today's Thanksgiving. And he says, I don't like football on Thanksgiving. He says, because I can never eat after the game, whether we win or lose. He says, I can't eat, I'm too nervous.
I can certainly relate. I can relate to that.
Mark Dillard kicking off the line. Number 9, Dale Pierce.
Pierce kicking off for the Lions. Howell is the deep safety in the middle of the field at about the 10-yard line. Pierce kicking off into a strong wind. Gets away a good kick, and it comes down to Fogarty at the 15. Out to the 25, and he's upended. Upended by number 48, Andy Loha. So it'll be 1st and 10 for Central.
Put it right there.
Thank you very much. As one of the staff people here at Lacey has just brought us
care package,
some food and some hot coffee, and boy, is that going to be welcome.
Yeah, you'll have to come up and get it.
First and 10 for the Golden Eagles. Tice on a quick hitter, complete to Dillard at the 30, 35, 40, out to the 43-yard line. Mark Dillard, a first down, tackled by Crowley.
Central will have to go to those quick hits, and Dillard is one of them. Quick out, a quick pass to Dillard on the left side, and he tries to take it home and almost got away.
Opening minute of play, second half, and Lacey has opened it up in dramatic fashion with a 90-yard kickoff return. There's a quick hitter complete to Hirschblond. It's a short gain, though, only out to about the 46-yard line. Steve Maloney made the tackle for Lacey. It'll be second and about 7. Dillard comes near side, and Barrett goes far side, and they're going to look for Dillard or maybe Howell. Pass over the middle is incomplete, intended for Dillard, in and out of his hands at midfield. Covered by York. It'll be third and about 8.
And that was intended to be a little delay to the wideout. Ryan Howell came sprinting out of the backfield to clear, and then Dillard waited a little bit and tried to clear back to the middle, but he couldn't handle John Tice's fastball.
Remember, Central's got the wind at their back in this third quarter, and this is really where they've got to make some hay.
Right. Well, they certainly expected to be here right now, driving for the tying touchdown.
I'm sure they
so
did, yeah.
See how that's going to upset their strategy.
I'm sure they hoped to pin Lacey deep, force a punt into the wind, get good field position. Didn't happen. Tice, and his receiver wasn't looking. It looked like he was going for Howell, and Howell wasn't looking. And Central probably going to have to punt now.
That was a very nice combination pattern, though. A combination of, I think it was Hirschblond with a little hook, and Ryan Howell coming up, circling out wide along the sideline. Looks like something they could do a little bit later.
Tice had a word for Howell after that play was over. I think Howell might have misunderstood the route. Punting situation, they fake it, and they go to Howell. Howell is going to be short of the first down, tackled at about midfield. Tackled by Carraz and Crowley as they snapped it to the blocking back, Howell, on the fake, and Lacey holds and takes over on downs.
Yeah, trying to use the element of surprise, but that was a long way to run, and Lacey defense was prepared.
So first and 10 for the Lions. This will be their first offensive possession of the second half, although their special teams have contributed a score here on a kickoff return by Elias, and it's 19-7 Lacey with 10 minutes to play in the third quarter. Granado gives to the tailback, and Mr. Frazee goes for about 5, and there's a face mask, and there's the flags.
I think we can certainly look for Lacey in this situation against the wind. It would have been regardless of the kickoff, but look to grind up the time, use up the clock, and stay on the ground.
And you saw the indication by the referee that it is a face mask penalty against the Golden Eagles, so that will move the line of scrimmage deeper into Golden Eagle territory at about the 31-yard line. First and 10 for Lacey right there. Clock is running with 9:45 to play in the third quarter. And momentum definitely has shifted back and forth in this game, and it's with the Lions right now. Kohut slotted right. Granado fake delay, looking to throw into the end zone for Paskowicz. Knocked away at the last second. Nice play by Pete Roselli.
Pete Roselli was a very talented performer for Central, both on offense as a tight end and safety. And he's just a tough guy and read that well. It looked like they surprised the interior of the Central Regional Golden Eagles, but not the secondary.
And, of course, Roselli made our all-star team as a safety man.
Certainly.
Second and 10 from about the 31-yard line for Lacey. Frazee into the middle, and not much there.
going for that play on first down. That's their way of just saying, well, that's really not a bad risk to go big, go on top, try to hit them very hard with that, and then come back to their regular game.
Third down and about 7. Paskowicz goes flanked out to the left, Kohut to the right. On 3rd and 7, Granada looks to air it out. Under a rush, now he's going to pull it down and run. 25, 23, ball's loose. Central says they've got it. I'm not sure the referee agrees with them, though. Looks like it's still Lacey's ball. It's going to be 4th and about 3.
Now, Kenny Wallace chased him down from behind and may have stripped that ball as he was hit just before he went down, I think, by Berenier.
You get a look at the Central Regional sidelines right there. Their assistant coaches. All right, Lacey's going to go for it on 4th and 3 from the 25. Blitz is on. Tice has him, and down he goes. Tice and Gould. Boy, Tice timed that perfectly, didn't he?
Just a good call defensively. It put the pressure on him. They knew they were probably going to go with that short, quick route to maybe West Paskowitz, but they came in, and he got in there quick.
It looked like he anticipated the snap count perfectly because he was in the backfield before Granado took 2 steps.
And at 6'5", 2 steps for him cover a lot of ground.
That's right. 1st and 10 for Central, their own 30. They trail 19-7. There's that toss play to Howell, and Howell is hit just as he gets back to the line of scrimmage. Not much of a gain on the play. Fitzpatrick made the tackle. Second and 10. 7:22 to play, 3rd quarter. Lacey leading at 19-7, and Tice wants to throw to the near side. Looking for his man to get free, fires long for Dillard. Look at that ball travel, and right through Dillard's hands at about the 15-yard line. Tice threw that ball 65 yards. Now, Yanni, I know he's got the wind at his back, and that helped it, but still, the power in his arm is amazing.
And it didn't look like that was with too much effort either. But he had Carraz and York back there with hands up in his face, so that makes the task quite as hard. Twice as hard.
3rd down and 10. Tice looking near side for Barrett, incomplete. Tanner Barrett at about the 48-yard line, covered by Steve Maloney. So Central will have to punt. And Baranier's into the game to punt for the Golden Eagles. Maloney dropping back for Lacey to return. There's the snap. It's low, but it's handled. And the left footer of Baranier gets it away. Maloney at his 32. Down he goes at the 35-yard line. Good coverage by Central Regional. Number 84, Rod Kochi, and number 44, Del Dudley. Also Tom Hall making the tackle for the Golden Eagles.
Yeah, some excellent coverage by Central. Let's see if that whole experience of having that kickoff return and now being stopped, is that going to change the momentum back in Lacey's favor, or are they going to be able to hold here and give it a gun and give it another try?
So 1st and 10 for the Lions, their own 35. They lead at 19-7, 6.5 to play in the 3rd quarter. Here comes Frazee, hit at the line, shakes off one tackler and goes out to about the 43-yard line. He got away from Baranier at the line of scrimmage and was able to gain about 8 yards and was finally stopped by a combination of Steinhauser, Tice, and Wallace. Second down and 2 yards to go for Lacey. They've led it all the way. And they've seized momentum here in the second half with that 90-yard kickoff return by Greg Elias. Here comes Jay Frazee into the backfield, first down, into that defensive backfield of Central. It picks up a first down about midfield. Steinhauser made the tackle.
I'm sure the Lacey coaches are looking for this right now. Stay on the ground, use up the clock as they're working against the wind, and that would take away that passing ability of John Tice to hurt them in the fourth quarter.
Right, as long as they keep the ball in the third quarter, Tice can't hurt them, that's for sure. On first and 10. This time it's the fullback who gets the carry, and that's young Mr. Elias. He's down the right sideline and driven out of bounds inside the 35-yard line of Central Regional.
Lacey does place Elias up front to take advantage of his quickness at the fullback position to run a quick trap and get through before the defense can react.
First and 10 for the Lions at the Central Regional 35-yard line. Elias is just a sophomore, 5'7", 150. Frazee's a junior. Sean Carney, the other fullback, is a sophomore. Granado looking it over on first and 10. A strong left formation. They run to the right. Frazee hit at the line and stopped after a gain of about 2. Baronier made the tackle. Line of scrimmage is about the 33-yard line. Gain of about 2 yards. Timeout has been called by one of the officials. One of the Central players is having a problem with his helmet. And now I think we're set to go. And now we got Lacey with a little confusion as to what play they're going to call. Frazee goes out. You can see that Granado's got some plays on
a lot of that offense
on
is
his
written
wrist.
down on the wrist many times, in many cases now. There's so much terminology.
Elias to the 30, 25, out of bounds at the 22-yard line, driven out of bounds by Ryan Howell. First and 10 for Lacey. Yanni, the first time I can ever remember a player, a quarterback, wearing the plays on his wrist was Tom Maddie for the Baltimore Colts back in the 1960s.
Right,
Do
when
you
he
remember that?
took over, I remember that. When he took over late in the season, he had to, I think he was back up in another role. I think he was a defensive player. I'm not sure.
He was their third quarterback.
Right.
I think their first two were Unitas and Morrill, and I think both of them went down, and Maddie was the emergency. Handoff to Frazee, and Frazee is hit as he crosses the 15 down to about the 14-yard line. Jay Gould, the defensive end.
One of my old favorite teams with Johnny Unitas and Lenny Moore and Alan Amici.
John Tice also on the tackle. Well, as a New York Giant fan, I had to hate those Baltimore Colts. You realize that?
Well, I like the Giants too. Charlie Connolly.
Right.
YA, back in the days of YA.
Second and 2 for Lacey. 4:20 to go, third quarter. There goes Frazee. He's close to the first down. He might have it. Tackled by DiPiano and Sigrist. Referee's looking to see if it's a first down. I think they're going to call timeout, and they're going to measure. While we've got a timeout here, Yanni, perhaps you can mention the assistant coaching staffs for these two schools.
Yeah, the Central Regional Golden Eagles, of course, coached by Dan Duddy, are assisted by Vince Casal, Eric Henderson, Paul Farley, Mike Clementi, Tom Parlipolinis, and George Steinhauser, Jay Thevon, and Joe McGrath.
And he made the first down.
And Lou Versillo's assistants are Rich Stratton, Ron Emmert, Ed Heffernan, Tom Malik, Chris Ferrulli, and Steve Ferrulli. And the freshmen coached by Tom Ramsey, Ralph Bigger, Mike Murphy, and Matt Martin. The trainer is Lee Emery.
So 1st and 10 for Lacey at the 12-yard line of Central. 3:45 to play, third quarter. Lacey leading at 19-7. Elias trying to pick his way through the line of scrimmage. He gets maybe to the 10-yard line where he's wrapped up by Tice and Sigrist. Gain of about 2. So it'll be 2nd and about 8 yards to go for the Lions. Well, believe it or not, I think it's gotten a little warmer.
Thank goodness.
Everybody in tight on this formation. And Frazee at the 10. Somebody grabbed his ankle and wouldn't let go. A short gain. It was number 28, Barrett, who grabbed his ankle and wouldn't let go. There's Frazee right there.
I'll tell you, I've been focusing on the blocking of Kevin Jorgensen and Jay Vincent. They're just doing an amazing job. Kevin Jorgensen is blocking people one-on-one, slipping off them, eventually then hitting other people. Both in that play, it was directed right towards them, and they held on to their blocks. They just do a tremendous job up front. And that was the confidence, that gives the confidence to the coaches. We mentioned that earlier about their ability to move the football.
3rd down and 6 for Lacey. Line of scrimmage is the 7-yard line. Granato, big hole, left tackle, driving, and it's a touchdown for Jay Frazee off the left side from 7 yards out, and Lacey extends to a 25-7 lead.
That time they went to the left, and though that was augmented by a big lead block by Sean Carney as well.
Pierce will attempt the extra point. Paskowitz will hold. The snap and the kick is on the way, and it's no good. So Lacey drives at 65 yards for a touchdown, and Lacey has really seized control of this game right now.
Yeah, it's amazing. When we closed the half, we looked into a big second half, and it was an exciting second half. We didn't even know what was going to happen, and all of a sudden, boom, Central Regional Eagles are way behind. Just take a look at a real nice block by 44 Carney to take a penetrator right out of that defense and clear the way for the touchdown.
Yeah, great blocking up front by the Lacey front line. And they're ahead now 25-7 with 2 minutes and 11 seconds to go in the third quarter. And instead of Central using the wind to their advantage here in the third quarter, it's Lacey that has scored twice in this third quarter.
And the wind was taken away by that kickoff. The old emotional wind and everything.
Yeah, that's a good point. Pierce will kick it off for Lacey Township. Back to return the kick, Dillard and Howell and Fogarty. Pierce is number 9. Here he comes. A high kick coming down to Fogarty at the 15. 20, 30, Fogarty to the 40, run down from behind at midfield, and a great return by Fogarty to midfield, and he was finally run down by Jeff Marquez and Jim Kohut, but it's a great return, and maybe that'll give Central a lift.
All right. Fogarty, a real tough runner. Remember, was upended the last time. He broke through, and it looked like he even expected it to be closed, but then it was open. He made a few nice cuts and almost broke it.
Oh, 1st and 10 for Central. Under 2 minutes to play in the third quarter now. And Tice is going to throw on 1st down. Pumps once, fires over the middle, complete to Roselli at the 30. at the 20, and he's down at the 20-yard line by Carraz. It's 1st and 10 Central, and here come the Golden Eagles.
The defensive secondary of Lacey, of course, looking for the big play, dropped back very quickly, as well as the linebackers, and so that opened up the room for Roselli to come across from the other side of the field.
P. Roselli, the senior tight end, is 6 feet even, 185 pounds, and that was a 29-yard gain for Central Regional. Tice to throw again. Big rush. Gets away from Fitzpatrick. Fires, and incomplete in the end zone. Almost for a touchdown. Tanner Barrett. Boy, Tice really zoomed that ball in there.
That's the second time I think Ed Fitzpatrick came in and blasted him, didn't knock him down on a stunt.
And that's probably the third time totally that somebody was in it, that he had, someone had him in their grasp, and it didn't affect him whatsoever.
They gave Fitzpatrick a little bit of a stiff arm. 2nd and 10 from the 20. Tice looking to throw. Hirschblond complete at the 10. And Hirschblond has a first down inside the 10 at about the 9 or the 8-yard line. Tackled by Crowley and Maloney.
Just a nice out pattern by Brian Hirschblond and a real nice throw. Not the best spiral he's thrown tonight, but it was accurate.
Minute 15 remaining in the third quarter. 1st and goal for Central at the Lacey 8. Lacey leads at 25-7. Central trying to get back in the game. Touchdown here would go a long way towards accomplishing that. Here's Howell trying to go wide, and he can't. Carraz makes a great tackle. A loss of 2 yards. And if Carraz didn't make that tackle, Howell had that corner.
I think Howell would have sprinted for the end zone, yes, indeed. Tried to bounce it outside. It looked a nice little move, but Carraz hemmed him in.
Loss of 2 on the play. 2nd and goal from the 10. 35 seconds left in the third quarter. Lacey trying to make a late substitution defensively. They get Probst in there. Tice wants to throw. Has a man wide open. Complete touchdown, Howell. 10-yard touchdown pass from John Tice to Ryan Howell. And it's 25-13.
And they flooded the zone on the right-hand side by having the running back, after being the space being cleared by the receivers, just ran to the flat, and no one was on him.
Central, I think, is going to go for 2 here. They line up double wide right. Tice back to throw. Throws, and it's incomplete, intended for Fogarty. And so with 21 seconds to go in the third quarter, it's Lacey 25 and Central 13.
Okay, we'll take a look at the touchdown play. Notice the receivers cleared it out. Ryan Howell came out of the backfield to the right. And it must have confused the defense.
Second touchdown pass of the day for John Tice. The first one went to Jay Gould. And it's now 25-13 as we're near the end of the third quarter. 21 seconds to go. Well, got to give Central credit. They're hanging in there. They're not going to quit.
That's certain. That's certain. Just go back to that play when Ed Fitzpatrick stunned it in.
Yes.
And John Tice just waved him off. I mean, anybody else would have gone down, I think, at that point. And then to just keep that cool. He has that real nice field vision. And he has a lot of confidence in himself. You can just see that.
Well, Tice is a big guy. As we mentioned, he's 210 pounds. He outweighs Fitzpatrick by about 55 pounds. So for a guy like Fitzpatrick, a guy his size, he's really got to get in there and wrap him up. He's not going to bring him down with an arm. Right. Ellis to kick off, and he gets off a high kick coming down to Maloney at the 5, drops it and picks it up. Hit at the 18, goes forward, and finally Ellis, the kicker, brings him down at about the 23, where it'll be 1st and 10.
We spoke about the turnover ratio that Lacey leads the county in turnover ratio, where they play consistent football and don't give up the football. But here's exactly what Central Regional needs, and let's see if they can produce one.
All right, time is going to run out here in the third quarter without another play. So we have 3 quarters in the books here at Lacey Township. 1 quarter to go. Lacey leading it by a score of 25-13 over Central Regional, and Yanni and I will be back with the 4th quarter of today's game right after these messages.
Sometimes, even good girls and boys are left off Santa's list. With all the blessings and bounty of Christmas, there still doesn't seem to be enough to go around. This year, make a place on your list and in your heart for a child you don't even know. Donate a new unwrapped toy to the Marine Corps Reserve, Toys for Tots.
We're back at Lacey, and on first down, they take it right up the middle. Frazee for maybe a yard. Opening minute of play, 4th quarter. Lacey leading it 25-13 over the Golden Eagles. Remember, Lacey's got the wind at their back here in this 4th quarter. There's the toss to Frazee, hitting the backfield, gets away from Gould, but then he's snowed under at about the 22-yard line. Tice Baranier in on the tackle. It'll bring up a 3rd down and about 11. Now let's see what Lou Versillo elects to do here. He's protecting a 12-point lead with 10:48 to play in the game. And he's looking at a 3rd down and 11. There you see Lou Versillo. Bernato's going to throw. Little screen pass, knocked down. Boy, dangerous play. Was batted down by Jim Kerrigan, and that could have resulted in 6 the other way for Central.
Oh, certainly. They tried to do a little screen in the middle to the flanker, Maloney, and it was read quite well. The intentions of the blockers were read, and so Central Regional just stayed there. It was very nice. And that all of a sudden makes it very exciting. The 2-point conversion was important, though, because now it's going to take 2 touchdowns.
Darrell Nick into punt for Lacey. Snap. Penalty flag is down at the line of scrimmage. Dillard at his own 40. Run out of bounds at the 47. Let's check out the penalty marker back upfield. All right, they pick up the flag. They say no foul. So it's Central's ball, 1st and 10 at their own 46. John Tice back to throw on 1st down, throws, and it's caught. It's caught by Pete Roselli for a 1st down, covered by Fitzpatrick, but it's a 1st down for Central. They don't care. They're going into the wind. They're going to let Tice do what he does best.
Right, and they had Fogarty and Gould back in the backfield for protection purposes. So right now, Ryan Howell comes backing up behind Gould. Might anticipate it being used.
Tice on a deep drop. Looking to throw. Now he's going to run. 40, 35. John Tice, 30. 1st down. inside the 30. He's so dangerous.
He's a very dangerous runner, Rick. You mentioned observing him in the finals last year versus Brick, and that's the kind of thing he can do. He just went up the field. There was some real nice blocking, though, by a couple of the Central Regional front five. A real nice job trying to protect for him. I think I saw Reed Ellis, number 77, with a big block to free him on the initial movement.
1st and 10 from the Lacey 25. Tice throws complete to Foley. Howell, though. Howell inside the 20, inside the 10, and Ryan Howell has run out of bounds inside the Lacey 5-yard line.
Ryan Howell looks like we said before, a high-energy type of football player, and he can do it all at any time. And I mean, he just tries to get himself involved. Just a great effort on his behalf.
9:41 to play in the fourth quarter. And Central Regional is really battling tough. A lot of teams would have packed it in after that kickoff return. Howell, and that time he doesn't go for much, off the right side. Lacey was in there. Jorgensen, 63, was in there. Vincent. Oh, it's 2nd and goal from about the 7-yard line.
Again, both Fogarty and Gould in the backfield now. Let's see what they're going to try to do. Use the strength of Gould. Fogarty's a tough runner.
Barrett goes in motion, and he takes the toss. Barrett tries the left side, gets inside the 5, drops the ball, touchdown! He fumbled the ball, and it was recovered by Fogarty for a Central touchdown.
Yeah, they were in there for blocking earlier, so Fogarty and Gould led the play, led Tanner Batter on the play, and as he was hit, Fogarty, was blocking somebody on the outside, saw the ball scoot loose, and piled on it.
So Tim Fogarty recovers a fumble in the end zone for a touchdown for Central Regional, and now it's 25-19 Lacey, and Central will try to kick the extra point. Reed Ellis in to attempt the extra point. Boy, this has been a strange game.
How many times can it switch now, the momentum?
Reed Ellis's kick is good. So with 8:58 remaining, it's Lacey 25 and Central 20, and it's anybody's game. So Central Regional now has scored on its touchdowns on its last 2 possessions. As you look at Coach Dan Duddy with the red jacket, without the hat, across the way there.
Remember, Coach Dan Duddy comes from that Brick Township coaching and playing experience that he's had, and at the conclusion of the third quarter, we saw all the Central Regional Golden Eagles putting up the number 4, that's indicating that the fourth quarter is theirs in their hearts. And look what's happening here.
Well, still almost 9 minutes to go, and it's anybody's game. Reed Ellis kicking off for Central Regional, back deep to return. Mike Maloney, number 31, Frazee, number 34, and Elias, number 22. Remember, it was Elias who took the opening kickoff in the second half, back 90 yards for a touchdown. Let's see if they kick it away from him. Well, you know, Yanni, there are a lot of people at this game.
Yeah, it's a good crowd, a healthy crowd. So to see that first home game in a long time. And there are quite a few people that aren't from either one of these schools. They're just football fans that are here to see it.
All right, a short kick. And it's taken by Lacey at about their own 33-yard line. So it'll be 1st and 10 as Martin covered the kickoff. 1st and 10 Lacey at their own 34. And the sun is now out. That'll warm things up a little bit.
Talk about a emotional and momentum switch. We've also had a weather switch.
Right, 1st and 10 for the Lions. They've got the wind at their back here in the fourth quarter. Quick pass incomplete for Paskowicz. Down the near sideline, covered by Ryan Howell. Central Regional looks really fired up right now.
They're really playing now with confidence. They're playing with the idea that they can stop Lacey. They saw it last time and they scored, and they can think they can do it again.
Second and 10 for the Lions. They have a 5-point lead. A little while ago, it was a 16-point lead. There's the pass complete to the fullback, Carney, and he's stopped by Tice just short of the first down. It looks like Tice may be injured.
The way Tice went down, it looked like his left shoulder or his left hand.
He's up now. He's going to stay in the game. I guess he's okay.
That's a wise move by the Lacey coaches. Come up with a little waggle action, a little play action to the wide side, trying to slip the fullback, Carney, who has not been involved that much on the offense, and give him the football. It's turning out to be a big play.
Here's a big play, 3rd and 3. Granado to Frazee. Frazee driving for the first down, and he's got it. Big first down for Lacey Township as Jay Frazee picked it up off the left side of the line. Kevin Jorgensen leading the way with a big block. So the line of scrimmage now is at the Lacey 45-yard line. They've got a new set of downs.
Well, we decided that Lacey is second in Ocean County in total first downs. I believe going into this game they had 99 first downs, just behind Bricktown. And so they're a procession type of team, and this is the kind of situation that is what it calls for.
Granado on first down. Frazee hit in the backfield and gets away. Across the 50, down to the 47-yard line. Great run by Frazee. Tice and Roselli.
You get first downs, that usually indicates you don't make many mistakes. So that's going to be a key here. Can Central force a mistake? And it's not, and Lacey certainly isn't a team that makes a lot of them.
Now the Lions right now just want to grind that clock out, keep it moving, score if they can, but above all, keep that clock moving. They've got a 5-point lead with 6:40 to go. On second and short, Elias hit in the backfield and dropped for a loss by John Tice. And Tice is playing a great game.
Tice again on a well-timed stunt from the backside, caught Elias from the backside. So that big 6'5" frame takes those quick steps, he's in there.
3rd down and 3 yards to go now for Lacey. Another big 3rd down play. Carraz comes into the Lacey backfield. Now he's not going to play back. He's going to play another tight end. Mike Granado takes the snap, gives to Elias, and Elias doesn't make the first down. He's stopped 1.5 yards short. Baronier, DiPiano, and Gould all in on the tackle for Central. It's 4th and 2 for Lacey. And it looks like the Lions are going to punt. Darrell Nick is into the game to punt for Lacey. So the Central defense is going to get it back for the Central offense.
It's short. It's just short of the 4th down, so you can wait for a long snap here, long count.
There's the snap. A line drive kick, and Dillard's going to let it roll, and it's down near the goal line, and the official is going to spot it inside the 2 at about the 1-yard line. So a great job of coverage by Lacey's special teams. And it's going to be 1st and 10. Central's arguing that the ball was into the end zone and should be a touchback.
Yeah, that's on the interpretation of the official, whether it's the momentum of the ball would have carried in. I think the rule looks for that.
Take another look at that.
Notice he tries to angle it to the left sideline. He gets the job done. And as the ball is just short of the goal line, it's touched. But now the question is, The question was whether the ball's impetus carried it in.
And the
You
ruling
have to stop it.
And the ruling is now that it is a touchback. And so Central will get the ball at their own 20. Well, that's an unpopular call with the Lacey crowd. 1st and 10 for Central at their own 20-yard line with 5:16 remaining in the game, and Lacey leading 25-20.
Coach Versillo still questioning the call, and it's a tough one for the officials.
All right, well, we're about ready to resume action. It'll be Golden Eagle ball, 1st and 10 at their own 20. They're going into a strong wind in the 4th quarter. Tice looking left, fires, and it's incomplete at the 30-yard line, intended for Dillard. The ball was underthrown a little bit.
Dillard was wide open. It's just that Tice really didn't have his feet positioned. He relied on his arm, and the ball did not carry up enough, so it went low.
On 2nd and 10. Tice on a delayed handoff to Howell. Howell breaking free, and Howell has a first down at the 35-yard line, and a touchdown-saving tackle was made by Greg Elias.
We spoke about Howell's quickness, and it looks like he doesn't give up. And so he was just one step away from breaking a long touchdown run.
1st and 10 for Central, their own 36. 4:55 to go. Tice looking, throwing long for Barrett, and it's incomplete, just off Barrett's fingertips at the Lacey 40-yard line, covered by Jeff Carraz. So the incompletion stops the clock. A victory for Lacey gives the Lions a tie for the Class B South Conference Championship with Brick Memorial. Roselli, tight end to the left. Tice under a rush, fires, and incomplete, almost intercepted. Lacey's looking for an offensive pass interference call, but there are no flags down on the play.
It did look like Brian Hirschblom put his hands on the defender as the ball was in the air, but the official didn't see that.
So 3rd down and 10 now coming up for the Golden Eagles.
We're going to take a look at that. And as he drops back, he takes a look. Of course, he's flushed out a little bit, had to step and throw on the wrong foot. The Lacey defender, Jerry York, had position, and looked like Ryan Hirschblom just tried to reach back and in the process grabbed the defender.
Timeout has been called with 4 minutes and 42 seconds left in the 4th quarter, and Lacey leading it by a score of 25-20.
There's a big 3rd down play here. We're going to get close to that first down or get that first down because you're running out of time right now. Lacey takes over after 2 downs here. That'll be about it.
Well, it's 3rd and 10 for Central Regional. The ball is at their own 36-yard line. They're going into the wind. They trail by 5 points, so a field goal does them no good. They've got to go for a touchdown.
Take a look at that. Maybe we can anticipate them using that clearing scheme that they used to score the touchdown. Perhaps they're going to set out the wide out, the clearing area, and run Ryan Howell out of the backfield.
All right, Dillard comes near side. Tice under a heavy rush by Crowley, throws, and it's incomplete. Crowley and one other Lion was in there. Number 28, Kenny Probst, put a lot of pressure on Tice, and it's fourth down, and looks like Central's going to punt.
And Crowley, and that was a nice stunt with Crowley. He's a bigger, taller guy. He can come and match up against John Tice much better, and he really disrupted that play.
There's the punt into the wind. And it's going to roll dead at about the Lacey 45. Well, here's the situation. 4 minutes and 25 seconds left in the game, and Lacey leading at 25-20. It'll be Lacey ball, 1st and 10 at their own 45-yard line.
Wind came back into play again. It was a rather poor kick, and it was held even back further by the wind. It was inside of 20 yards, I do believe.
Well, it's all up to the Lacey offense and the Central Regional defense right now.
We said Frazee averaging 6 yards a carry. Let's see if he can keep that average up right here.
Here he comes. Tice hits him. He squirts forward for about a yard or two. Just about a yard gain, not much more than that. Tice and Gould in on the tackle for Central Regional. 2nd and 9. Clock running, 3:35 to play. On 2nd and 9, they go to the I formation. Carney and Frazee lined up in the I. And it's Frazee running right. Hit at the line of scrimmage and actually loses a yard. Great play by Jay Gould.
Jay Gould's really come on with some big plays that we've noticed here throughout the day. That's a big one. That's certainly a big one.
Central Regional has called a timeout on a 3rd and 9. They stopped the clock with 3:13, and coming up right now, one of the key plays of the game. What would you look for from Lacey?
I'd look for a little delay action with maybe Frazee on a draw.
All right.
I don't think they're in a position really to risk a lot right here.
You got to look at the Central defense across the way, talking to the Central coaching staff.
Remember, a couple times they tried to get a little bit of a screen play out of Maloney from the wide out, and they tried to dump the screen earlier in the middle. But I'd have to think Frazee is going to touch the ball.
And that's the Lacey offense right there. Big play, 3rd and 9 for Lacey at their own 46-yard line. Central Regional defense exhorting their fans across the field to make some noise and give them some support. They've got a nice turnout from Central today.
It's a good group. Fans rimmed all the way around. Just some vacant areas, of course, on the north side, but certainly a lot of people here enjoying this game.
On 3rd and 9, Granado's going to put it up top. Throwing, and Paskowicz has it for the 1st down. Wes Paskowicz inside the 30 to the Central 28-yard line, tackled by Roselli. A key 3rd down conversion for the Lions.
Well, that certainly demonstrates, we're talking about putting the ball in Frazee's hands, but that demonstrates the confidence that the coaches have in Mike Granado and Wes Paskowicz. That possession idea, that we can do that. That's part of things that we work on, and we can take it when we need it.
Under 3 minutes to play in the ball game now, and Lacey protecting a 5-point lead. They've got it 1st and 10 at the Golden Eagle 28. Frazee, the ball carrier. Penalty flag goes down. Frazee inside the 25 to the 23. Clock is stopped, but there's a marker down. I would guess it would be holding against Lacey. Clipping against Lacey.
Yeah.
And undoubtedly Central will accept that penalty. You see Lou Versillo there talking to Dale Pierce, number 9. So the ball will be brought back to about the 42-yard line, where it will be first down and 25 for Lacey. But not much time remaining now, only 2 minutes and 35 seconds, and Central's got to get the ball back.
Going back to that Mike Granato to Wes Paskowitz pass, many people, when they think about football and pass plays, you think about long bombs and just the magic of those long plays. That play is a coach's play. That's a play that's drilled and worked on to be productive in a situation with the pressure on, and that was a tough play.
Timeout has been called by Lacey with 2:35 to go. I'd like to express my thanks to Ed Sr., the director for today's game, and all of the rest of the Adelphia Cable crew who have supported me throughout the year with some great shots. My thanks to all of you who have done such a great job